Okay, we are doing the midpoint. Let's plug in our values. What goes on top? 4? That 4 is not one of my points.
Oh, I thought you meant
Oh no. Above. Ah. 1 plus 3 over 2, comma. Chelsea, yeah, go ahead. Yep. Anna, what is that simplified to? 2. Comma what? Yep, 3.5, or you could have said 7 over 2. Either one is fine. So that's our midpoint. I would label that on your axis, and I actually labeled it right, which was funny. I would draw it, because we're talking about coordinate planes. We're going to be talking about this a lot. It is so easy, right? That's why I said it's just review. Okay, we should 100% write down what I'm about to write down. We need to summarize what we had before. So, summary. Tristan, what is one formula that I just used? Midpoint? Okay, that's my last one. Midpoint. I'm going to do this big M. Equals what? Keep going, Tristan. X1. Minus? Plus, yeah. Yep. Okay. What about my Y?
plus y2 over 2.
Okay, perfect. What's another one? Sophia, can you tell me one of the other two formulas that we just used? Distance? Yeah, let's do that one. So we have distance. I'm going to denote that as a small d. Sophia, what is the distance formula? Squared. Yep. And then I took the square root of all of it. That is our distance. Last but not least, what's my last formula? Slope, which I do as little m. What is my slope formula? Is my x's on my... What goes on top? What's my numerator? Y. Y2 minus Y1. We got X2 minus X1. When do we get perpendicular slopes? Yep. When M2 equals 1 over M1, so negative reciprocal. Perpendicular lines make what angle? Make a 90-degree angle, which an isosceles triangle, in this case, did have it. Yes. Okay, what if they are parallel? My slopes are what? What? Same slope. Is that what you said, Liam? Yeah, so same slope. Same slope. Okay. We are going to get on the boards and practice one of these problems. Yeah? Or is this... Okay. Review one more thing. Now, we're not just going to talk about triangles. We talked about polygons. We're not just talking about triangles. We're also talking about other shapes as well. What... So this is also still recall. What other shapes did we all talk about in chapter 5? I don't even know. It's chapter 6. Okay, we got a square. We got a kite, trapezoid,
And then the one that looks like a square, but it's like kind of slanted, or rhombus.
rhombus. Keep going. I'm still missing a few. Yep, rectangles. What? Say it again. Okay. Okay, that's like, yes, these are all quadrilaterals. Give me some other quadrilaterals. We're missing like a very important one.
We have parallelogram.
Yes, parallelogram. You did? Did I write it? No. Say it louder. Parallelogram. Okay. Tell me some information about any of these shapes.
Square, all same sides.
So, all congruent sides. Which one also has all congruent sides? Okay, rhombus has. Guys, I would write this down because you're going to need it. And it's better to have this now. Okay, what's different between a square and a rhombus? Yes, so this one has. I'm just going to do a comma. 4 right angles. And what about the angles in a rhombus? What do we know about them? So now opposite angles are congruent. Yep. Okay, what other shape has 4 right angles? Yes, rectangle. So we have 4 right angles. What about its sides, Klein? Let me tell you about the sides. Yeah. 2 parallel and congruent opposite sides. I'm writing this so small because I'm trying to fit in. So I have 2 parallel and congruent opposite sides and 4 right angles. Okay, parallelograms. Tell me about some facts about them. Yeah, it's a trapezoid. Not a trapezoid, technically. It depends on what definition you go by. It's quadrilateral. Yes. So a parallelogram. Tell me something about the sides, Kevin.
Opposite sides.
Yep. So 2 parallel and congruent opposite sides. I hear, yep, opposite angles congruent, and we have 2 pairs of those. So 2 pairs of opposite angles are congruent. Now we got the 2 tricky ones, trapezoids and a kite. Do you remember anything about these 2 shapes? I know Anno does. Anno knows a whole lot about kites. A kite looks like this. Tell me something about the sides. What do we call that? Do you remember? 2 pairs of consecutive sides are congruent. And what about the angles on it? We have 1 pair of opposite angles are congruent. Now we have a trapezoid. What do we know about a trapezoid? Yeah, Sonny.
1 pair of parallel sides and 1 pair of like equal sides, congruent sides.
I like the first half of that statement. So we have 1 pair. Okay. You guys want to hear something funny? You guys use a different definition of a trapezoid than New York does. New York changed its definition a few years ago. So we actually have two different definitions of a trapezoid. We're going to use your definition of a trapezoid. So we have, what was your, oh yeah, exactly one pair of opposite sides are parallel. Which is very weird that we have different definitions of the shape. Ours is we have at least one pair of opposite sides are parallel. So that would mean like a trapezoid, like all parallelograms would be trapezoids. But for you guys, they're separate. Trapezoids are not parallelograms. So it depends on what definition you want to go by. But that is the new definition. And most places are changing to that one. Okay, that's what we know about our shapes. Now, you guys are going to have to put these shapes onto coordinate planes and prove it. Now, you guys have kind of already done that, didn't you? Yes. How confident do we feel about doing it? When you had a test and you were given a shape, you had to prove that it was either parallelogram, rhombus, or square. Do you remember when you all did that? It was on your test. I was like the end. Like right when I got here, like 2 weeks later you guys were doing this test. January? End of January? So this is like the beginning of February. I need thumbs up or thumbs down. No. How confident we feel we can do this on a coordinate plane? Okay, we are gonna do